This is a video in the series Trigonometry by Heart. I'm making these videos because there's certain things that you need to really know by heart to understand trigonometry for Math SL. And I know that some of you are going to be really stubborn and you're not going to memorize it and you're not going to know it and you're going to really suffer. So please make the decision to know this early. When I say you know it by heart, I don't mean that you have it memorized, but you do need some way for you to remember easily and recall it easily without taking a lot of time. Okay? Alright. First thing you need to know is, and this might sound really dumb, but you need to know that the area of a circle is pi r squared and that the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. I know that you learned that a long time ago, but very few of you are 100% sure of which is which. So now I'm going to give you a way to try to remember that, and if you like this way, please know it by heart. Okay? So, first we're going to look at circumference of a circle. Okay? I'm going to erase these, because let's pretend we don't know them yet. Alright. So, you have a circle, and we want to know how far around the circle it is. And the only thing we know is that the diameter is d. Okay? Let's think about how many times does d wrap around the circle. Okay? So what's a low guess? How many d's wrap around the circle? 1d? 2d's? Well, 1d is obviously too short, right? 1d would go about like that far and that would be it, right? What about 2d's? Is 2d's too short? Yeah, because 2d's, if you look at it, if you had 2d's, you could like go one time around here and then one time back and you have not encircled the circle at all, right? So 2d's is not enough. 2d's is going to be greater than 2d. What about 4d? What if you had 4d's? Let's see. One of the d's I'm going to use to cover the top. Another D I'm going to use to cover the left side. Another D I'm going to use to cover the bottom. And another D I'm going to use to cover the right side. You see I've used exactly 4 D's to encircle the circle, and I've made a perfect square around the circle. So obviously 4 D's is too many. So the circumference is somewhere between 2D and 4D, right? 2D is not enough. 4D is too many. So I'm going to guess 3D. The circumference is 3D. Alright, that's my guess. Because it's halfway in between the guess that's not enough and the guess that's too large. Okay? And now we don't really have an easy way of confirming this, and we're going to come back to it. Okay? The circumference of the circle is about 3 diameters. Alright? Alright. Let's move on. Now we're going to look at this problem here, which is we have a circle and we put it inside of a square and we've divided that square into 4 subsquares. Okay? Let's say that the length of one of the sides of one of these small squares is r. Okay? So what is the area of one of these squares, one of these small squares? Well, the area of one of these small squares is r times r, also known as r squared. So each one of these small squared is r squared big. Okay. Now let's think. How many of these small squares would fit into this circle? Okay? Alright. Well, could we put 4 of these small blue squares into the red circle? No, obviously we can't. We've just drawn the red circle on top of the 4 small squares, and the red circle is smaller than the 4 blue squares together. So, obviously, the area of the circle is going to be smaller than 4 of these small squares. Right? Okay. Next question. can we put 2 of these small squares into the triangle? And actually, it might be kind of hard to see this, but look at this. What if we chopped up 2 squares into triangles? Then we could put 2 of the triangles here, and then we could put 2 of the triangles here. And then you see we've easily put 2 of these small blue squares inside the triangle. Okay? So we know that the area of the circle is bigger than 2r squared. Okay. So let's make a guess as to the size of the triangle. Let's say, or the size of the circle, the area of the circle. It's between 2r squared and 4r squared. Let's guess that the area of the circle is 3r squared. Okay. Now let's go back up to the top. We've got a 3 here. We've got a 3 here. And it's not a coincidence. Okay? What if I told you that this 3 is not exactly 3? It's about 3, but actually it's 3.14. Does that sound familiar? Okay? The circumference of a circle is 3.14d. In terms of the radius, the diameter is 2 times the radius. So we would put 3.14 times 2 times the radius, also known as 2 pi r. Okay? What about this one? What if I told you that actually the 3 here is 3.14? The area of a circle is 3.14 r squared. So, the area of a circle is pi r squared. Okay? We've kind of just derived very easily the equations for circumference and area of a circle just by estimating with the diameter and squares that are r squared big. Okay? And once you've done this, hopefully you will never get mixed up between the equation of the circumference of a circle and the area of a circle. You can see, actually, that this r squared corresponds to the blue squares that we fit inside the circle. So actually, it has to be related to area, right? And not circumference. You know that this 2r here corresponds to the diameter, which you wrap around the circle. So we know that it's related to circumference. Okay? So this video was to convince you that the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r and the area of a circle is pi r squared. And even if you don't have the formula, you can figure it out yourself. Good luck.